5 amazing ways that could make interstellar travel possible. It has already become a mantra. Humanity's future is in the stars. No matter what we do to conserve everything that is in our planet, there will come a time when we'll have to look up into the sky to find a new home. Modern thinkers, scientists and physicists, and even the movies have all been giving us clues as to how to travel in space. And while we have yet to learn what works or not, here are 5 amazing ways that could make interstellar travel possible. Number 5. Fusion rockets. Technically speaking, humans have been doing space travel for years, thanks to rockets. For example, the fastest manned vehicle ever made was the Apollo 10 rocket. Built in 1969, the spaceship reached a speed of nearly 25,000 miles per hour. The nearest Earth-like planet we found in space is nestled in the nearest star system called Alpha Centauri. It's only about 4.4 light-years away from us. With that distance, the Apollo 10 could get to Alpha Cen in nearly 120,000 years. To carry it to its completion, the mission would require at least 3 generations of humans on board. Not exactly feasible. Therefore, if we want to get to Alpha Cen in a single human lifetime, we need a spacecraft that could reach 10% the speed of light. Experts call this the 0.10 minimum. All the world's liquid rocket fuel wouldn't be enough to reach that requirement. This is why scientists propose the use of fusion rockets. First postulated by Freeman Dyson, it basically utilizes modern thermonuclear devices to push our proverbial starship. By calculations, we would need to carry around 300,000 hydrogen bombs that would then be blasted behind the rocket one by one until 10C is reached. Time travel using this method is 44 years. Number 4. EmDrive. What was once thought as a fantastical form of space propulsion, the EmDrive has now slowly become a concept that could actually work in the real world. This type of propulsion system basically operates in such a way that a magnetron pushes microwaves into a closed, truncated cone. This in turn gets pushed against the short end of the cone, propelling the craft forward. Leaked reports allegedly revealed that NASA, or the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, has already been testing the EmDrive. The agency discovered that the system really does work and is actually capable of generating considerable amount of thrust. While the purported tests were done in a vacuum, this somehow offers the idea that the system can be scaled up for use in our space travel. Number 3. Light sails. Light sail is another viable option for man to sail the stars without having the need to carry propellants or use any propulsion systems. Scientists proposed the idea of creating a kilometer-wide sail that is made of special materials. Once launched to space, the starship's light sails would then ride along the beam of a gigantic space laser capable of generating tremendous amounts of energy. One particular project, the Breakthrough Starshot, plans to use thousands upon thousands of small wafer-sized chips that are attached to a huge light sail made of silver. According to the proposal, this would then be launched into the planet's orbit and accelerated by the pressure produced from an Earth-based laser hitting the light sail. The sail would only need at least 2 minutes of being driven by the laser before it could bring the spacecraft at a breakneck speed equivalent to 1/5 the speed of light. At such rate, the craft could reach Alpha Centauri in about 20 years or so. Number 2. Antimatter Drives. According to reports, an antimatter space propulsion system will possibly be used for the first time within the next 10 years. The concept of this system relies on the theory that when matter collides with its antimatter counterpart, both particles are annihilated. In the process, the annihilation would emit the rest of the mass as energy. This is thought to be an extremely efficient form of fuel. As indicated in several researches, merely 10 grams of antimatter fuel would be more than enough to fly a spaceship to Mars in a month. To make it into a rocket, we can only imagine the immensity of energy it would produce. It would provide a lot more thrust to our ship than a chemical or nuclear rocket can. The big challenge, however, is harvesting, let alone storing the highly volatile fuel. The only places on Earth where antimatter is produced in tiny amounts is in particle accelerators. The process is slow and ridiculously expensive. But if we can scale up its production and actually build a so-called pion rocket, man could reach Alpha Centauri in 9 years. And number 1. Through the EinsteinRosen bridges. Call it fiction, but the theory of traveling faster than light, or FTL, is based on scientific theories. One such popular theory is the existence of EinsteinRosen bridges, also known as wormholes. This means of interstellar travel basically leans on the possibility that there exists a shortcut through space caused by the warping of space-time. Supposedly massive objects like stars or black holes can bend time and space. By doing so, a connection between two distant points is created. In the movie Interstellar, a character explains the concept by folding a piece of paper, then piercing it with a pencil. The pencil acts as a bridge, which makes the trip short. If we could establish an EinsteinRosen bridge to Alpha Centauri, then perhaps it would be possible for you to have lunch at that distant Earth-like planet and have dinner with your family here on Earth. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this.